Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Mason is unconscious when Sunny makes a disturbing call. Dex grills Josslyn. According to General Hospital, Tracy Quartermain will maintain that Lois Cerullo is completely mistaken. Based on her blackmail scheme, Lois may try to imply that Tracy has no regard for Brooklyn Quartermain at all, but Tracy might counter that she has just attempted to act in her own best interests. Tracy might bring up Brooklyn's return to managing music, which is what she really wants to do. Tracy won't really see the issue because Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, ended up with Brooklyn as well. But Lois would think Tracy acted dishonorably and made Brooklyn seem bad. Not to mention that she turned Maxie Jones and everyone at deception against her. Despite Tracy's efforts to justify everything, it is obvious that Lois won't be able to forgive Tracy anytime soon. Portia Robinson would then discuss their problems with Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner. Despite Portia's desire to support Curtis, he will acknowledge that he is unsure of Portia's ability to assist him in moving past this. It has been challenging to cope with that and get Curtis' marriage back on track at the same time because he is still finding it difficult to adapt to his new life in a wheelchair. Danny Falconeri will receive a warning from Jordan Ashford at GH not to enter Mason Gatlin's room and to keep away from the patient. Dante arrived at the edge of the cliff to save Ava Jerome, but he really ended up saving Dex Heller by shooting Mason a few times in the back. Jordan might exile Dante while an investigation into his activities is being conducted, of course. Mason will have the opportunity to hear Austin Gatlin Holt berating him then, and he might wake up and understand he's at Austin's mercy. Austin might easily elect to terminate Mason permanently for acting erratically and attempting to ignore Cyrus Renault's orders to release Ava once Dex provides updates on what transpired. Austin might, however, only scare Mason and make it plain that he shouldn't expect any trouble from his cousin ever again. Josslyn Jax will ask how close Dex got to falling over the cliff when Dex tells him about it when they are back together. Josslyn will still be unhappy about almost losing him and may encourage Dex to be more cautious going forward, even if he downplays the danger he was in. Prior to receiving a phone call from Carly Spencer informing him of Ava's abduction and Cyrus Renault's release, Sonny Corinthos will make a lovely vow to Nina Corinthos while still in Puerto Rico. When Sonny gets Carly's call in bed, he'll know he needs to return to Port Charles, so he should book a flight with Nina as soon as possible. On the island, Christina Corinthos Davis and Blaze will also spend some time getting to know one another. Depending on how far they want to go, this could lead to an opportunity for a kiss or perhaps a hookup. Nevertheless, Blaze and Christina appear to be moving toward a relationship, according to General Hospital, so watch for some flying sparks. Michael's own destruction is brewing as Sonny learns the truth about the plot against Dex and Pikeman's prison. Michael Corinthos is acting very arrogant now that he knows Nina Corinthos is the one who went to the SEC through Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, according to General Hospital. Michael is feeling very strong because he has control over Nina's destiny and even has evidence of Martin's confession thanks to the tape. Although Michael is acting all haughty, perhaps he shouldn't pass judgment on Nina so quickly. In order to bring his father down, Michael employed Dex Heller, Evan Hofer, as a plant in Sonny Corinthos' organization. Sonny almost went to jail as a result of Michael's scheme, which progressed to the point where he had video demonstrating his dad's Pikeman transactions. The flash drive was destroyed by Carly Spencer, who also assisted in stopping Michael's risky behavior. However, Michael's initial plan and all he accomplished prior to coming to his senses remain the same. Michael endangered the entire family, and Sonny is still unaware that Dex initially had his back. It's unfair that Nina has to deal with criticism for her secrets while Michael escapes punishment for his. What goes around comes around. Therefore, perhaps there's a reason why it was Michael who discovered Nina's guilt and possibly started the process of her exposure. Could this be leading up to another major revelation, one that spells Michael's doom? Michael doesn't want his relationship with Sunny to end just as he is beginning to fix it. But if the whole truth comes out, that might be what happens. Nina might have the opportunity to expose Michael's secrets and force him to reveal his own. Alternatively, Michael's punishment might come in a different form. In any event, Michael's win might not be without cost. The GH writers are letting Michael win the battle right now, but this might eventually pave the way for his downfall and Sunny's wrath. Keep checking for updates on the surprising news that is coming, as General Hospital spoilers indicate that Sunny's relationships may become complicated. After the Mason showdown, Dawn stops Dex from falling off a cliff. According to the General Hospital, GH, spoilers recap for Tuesday, October 17, Lois Cerullo, Rena Sofer, met Eddie Main, aka Ned Quartermain, Wally Kurth, in the Quartermain kitchen and persuaded him to admit he recognized her. Lois sped back to a montage of their past, since she didn't think Eddie could ever forget all the moments they had spent together. However, Eddie only remembered that Lois appeared to be familiar. When Brooklyn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, and Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, arrived, Lois was delighted to meet Chase and pretended that he was fortunate to be with her daughter. As a result of Ned leading a double life and being married to another woman while he was married to her, Lois ended herself rehashing her history with Eddie, who didn't actually exist. Even though he couldn't recall any of that, Eddie felt bad about how he had treated Lois in the past. Lois complained about this Eddie, who kept conveniently forgetting and questioned the number of Eddies present. Additionally, Lois reminded Eddie of her later marriage to Ned Ashton Quartermain and the enjoyable moments she shared with him before to their divorce. Although Eddie claimed he didn't need Lois' sympathy and walked off, she felt sorry for him for forgetting. Chase claimed he could tell where Brooke Lynn got her spirit and eventually accepted Lois' hug after she'd apologized to him for all the fuss. Since Violet Finn, Joffiel Love, was sick, Gregory Chase, Gregory Harrison, turned up in the other room to play backgammon at Hamilton Finn's, Michael Easton house. Gregory shocked Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, by thanking her for moving the process along by giving Chase the truth, admitting that he truly came to settle a score. Tracy expressed her sincere regret over Gregory's diagnosis and shared a tender moment with him after Gregory confided in her about his ALS symptoms and defeated her at backgammon. At the PCPD, while Josslyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, informed Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, that Ava Jerome Mora West was in peril, Pilar, Brenda Barberina, and Avery Corinthos, Ava and Grace Scarola, waited close by. Josslyn summarized the entire narrative and all the hints, and based on what he had learned, Dante left to assist Ava. Avery, who was upset about missing the wedding of Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, and Nina Corinthos, Cynthia Watros, was also spoken to by Josslyn. Avery eagerly hoped her mother could join her when Josslyn said Nina and Sonny would take her somewhere extremely special later. Dex Heller, Evan Hofer, then looked around the abandoned basement where Ava was last kept before calling Damian Spinelli, Bradford Anderson, to inquire about the property. Ava wasn't immediately visible to Dex, but he ultimately found a piece of her torn blouse and realized she had been there. Spinelli persisted in his digging and eventually was able to direct Dex to the road that Mason Gatlin, Nathaniel Gray, had taken Ava on. Spinelli phoned Josslyn with updates after losing communication with Dex, and she then called Dante to update him as well. Ava persuaded Mason to disobey this time because Sonny might come after him, even though she knew he was simply carrying out his boss' orders when they were in a car. Mason rebuffed Ava's attempts to persuade him that she would protect him provided he let her leave right away. Ava was attempting to reason her way out of this issue, but Mason was having none of it. He complained about her treating him like trash and that she missed the chance to date a real man rather than Austin Gatlin Holt, Roger Howarth. Austin's testimony helped Cyrus Renault, Jeff Kober, win his freedom, and at GH, he expressed his gratitude. After asserting that they had an agreement, Austin pleaded with Cyrus to release Ava because she didn't know the boss' identity and wasn't a danger. Austin had to leave to attend to a patient, but Cyrus eventually phoned Mason and instructed him to take Ava home. Cyrus maintained that the matter had been addressed to his satisfaction, and once more admonished Mason to take Ava home despite Mason's protests. Sadly, Mason hung up and started dragging Ava out of the car toward the nearest cliff after deciding to handle things his way. Mason was about to knock Ava off it when Dex arrived with his revolver out. Dex was prodded by Ava to take the shot, but Mason shot at him and made him duck. Ava then started to run back toward the car as Dex and Mason fought it out on the ground as a result. When Dante arrived, Mason had just hauled Dex over to the precipice and was going to throw him over it. After checking Mason's pulse, Dante fired a few rounds into his back. Despite being unconscious, Mason was still breathing, and Dante noted that men like him typically survived. Dante called the paramedics to the scene as Dex released Ava from her shackles. Ava said that she believed Mason's supervisor had ordered it when Dante questioned her about why she had been taken. Ava didn't yet know who Mason's boss was, but it was obvious that she was anxious to find out and make them regret doing this. Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, who was back at the hospital, was horrified to learn that Drew Cameron Matheson, would soon be returning to prison. Drew recognized that he had sufficiently healed, but Carly was concerned that the individuals who arrived to Pentonville after him would complete the assassination. Carly and Drew were both astonished when Cyrus entered Drew's room. Cyrus said that he was released for medical reasons because he didn't have the ability to harm anyone after Carly questioned what Cyrus was doing there. Since that was before he discovered the Lord, Cyrus expressed regret for any past conflicts he may have had with Carly. Even back then, Cyrus assured Carly that he harbored no ill will and expressed his desire to atone for his actions. Carly warned Cyrus not to hold his breath, but Cyrus believed she could at least recognize how he helped Drew following his ordeal in the prison showers. When Cyrus revealed that he had saved Drew, who would have perished if he hadn't been found, Drew and Carly were taken aback. Cyrus insisted that seeing Drew look so good was sufficient gratitude and left. Carly yelled about Cyrus finding a legal loophole and how unfair it was for Drew to be imprisoned for insider trading when someone like him was free. Drew was also informed by Carly that Cyrus was dangerous and shouldn't be left unattended. When Josslyn contacted, she alerted Carly to the situation and begged her mother to return home. Back at the Quartermain home, Eddie complained to Tracy about how Lois was making him crazy because he wasn't the same person that everyone had remembered. The only thing that soothed Eddie's spinning head was to play some music, so he sat down at the piano. When Tracy saw Lois in the kitchen and claimed that she had helped Brooke Lynn keep her relationship with Chase intact, Lois retaliated by accusing Tracy of using blackmail to obtain what she desired. According to General Hospital spoilers, Tracy and Lois' conflict is going to worsen. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.